Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Barakar Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us scriptures, among other things, and salutations to all Akyam across the earth for doing this work in sincerity and the truth. Shalom. So this video I want to go into, basically want to go into, explain a little bit why you find us, why it's important to go outside and preach, because first and foremost it is it's what Yahushua told his disciples to do, and let me jump to that real quick. So this is the book of Luke, chapter 14 and verse 23. And the Lord said unto the servant, Go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. So we're supposed to spread the word on the highways and byways, be outside. Another thing is, a lot of times, when people, when we have our camp, we go out on Saturdays, a lot of times we have camp, we run into people. Sometimes people, we be standing on the same place for years. So people know that we are there, but they don't really know what we've been doing. So they come to us and they ask questions. And through the scriptures, we answer their questions, And that's also the way that they can see us, If you are hid in a church, and this is a church in Curacao, and of course, places where Jacob descendants, Jacob's name, who changed his name, whose name was changed after he wrestled the angel, his name was changed into Israel, the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. So all those places when the Jacob descendants are living is filled with churches. Why? It goes back to slavery, because that's they were using the church to keep us dumb, You got people, if you only look at your parents, for example. If I looked at my parents, for example, they've been going to church for what, more than 40 years, 50 years or 60 years, I don't know. It starts from a child of on. But actually they don't know nothing, because a pastor, a lot of times they don't teach you really what's in the Bible, They pick and choose, come with a beautiful story, Don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, while the scriptures are very clear, The book of John, where's it, chapter, is it 14? I don't really remember exactly, straight from my dome. Let me see if I can find it real quick, or is it 7 and 14? Let me see real quick. Oh yeah, it's the chapter 14. Yeah. Call Yahweh Basham Yahushai. Yahweh is the real name of the Father, who everybody calls God unknowingly. His real name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. So this is the book of John, chapter 14, verse 15. These are the words of Yahushai, who the world unknowing calls Jesus. If you love me, keep my commandments. So that's very clear. But those are things that they don't teach you in church, Love your neighbor, this and that, Forgive and forget, And then when the thing is gone, and when the service is done, then the basket goes around. Everybody got a good feeling and throw some money in the basket, so that the pastor can can continue his lavish life, So let me see. So yeah, and this thing, it's about preaching the words, telling the words to the people. If we wouldn't be outside, people wouldn't find us. If you be in a church, and a lot of time people ask us, like, why aren't you in a church? Well, this is the question to that. Let me see. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, chapter 18, verse 20. For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I in the midst of them. So that already shows you, where you are gathered in the name of Yahweh Basham Yahushai, the Spirit of the Most High is right there, working with us. Yahuwah. And yeah, that's this part of the of how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be on the highways and byways. And there are many scriptures, like the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, also goes into that. Let me see. I was thinking about. Let me see. Let me jump real quick to the book of Proverbs. That shows you that this is how it's supposed to be. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom cried without; she uttered her voice in the streets. See, there you have it. It's not talking about a building, or it's supposed to be in a church. Church, the word church comes from the word ecclesiastes, and ecclesiastes means to call out. How can you call out if you're locked up in a building? You have to call, like the scripture said, cry out on the streets. The place where we're standing next to the train station. The soccer station is there. You got different, you got food establishments, train station, metro station, bus station, taxi stands is there. You got a movie theater there. Yeah, like I say, a soccer station. There are different locations where they have concerts of famous artists. There's a shopping mall where we're standing. So we're standing right, on a very busy place, and in a location where the majority of people that are living there is a Jake, but it's also the place where all the nations get together, because these words need to be preached unto the house of Israel, but also to the heathens. The heathens also may know, and don't forget, among the heathens you have Jake also. Jake you got Jake that might look like heathen. Because, for example, the man is the one who prolongs the family line, the one who has the seed. And let's say if a dark-skinned man is gonna lay down with a white-skinned female, he's gonna get a son. His son's gonna look lighter than him, but he's still an Israelite. Still his seed. And if his son grows up to be a man and he finds himself a white woman, and he gets a son with her, and probably his son is gonna look like a so-called white man, but he still goes back to a Jake. He's still the seed of his father and of his father. We are the seed of our father. So you still go back to Jake, and you might look like a heathen. And sometimes you got people, they look like straight up heathens, but you see that the word catch them. And that's also, the scripture also said, the wicked shall not understand. And first and foremost, not everybody gonna get it. It's not even all the Jacob descendants gonna get it. Majority of them ain't gonna get it. It's only for a select group of the children of Israel who gonna understand this. So back to the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom cried without; she uttered a voice in the streets. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates. And that's where we're standing. And that's funny, the location where we're standing, Great Millstone Holland, the location where we're standing is called Poortje, and that means gate, the gate. In the city she uttered a word, saying, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in the scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Yeah, that's it. Be on the highways and byways. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 70. Son of man, I've made thee a watchman. Because this also a thing. Don't think that I woke up one day and be like, yeah, you know what? Let me get myself a Bible and I'm gonna go and preach the word. No, I was always searching for searching for the truth. It's like something's off with this. Never like that Jesus character. Always hated that name. My mother used to toss that a lot to me. In the name of Jeebus, this and that. I remember I was getting real angry a lot of times just by hearing that name. And I was thinking like, okay, why did we went to slavery and white people put us in slavery, treat us so bad until this